everybody? Yo, welcome back. I hope everybody's feeling good. I hope everybody's doing great. I hope everybody's doing amazing. Whatever. We're reacting to the Prince Family documentary part 1. Part 1, part 2 for me. Yeah, part 1, whatever. I just did the video, okay? I just did the video. So if you guys new here, please like, comment, share, subscribe, let's get to it.
All that shit. Then I end up just losing everything again, and I end up getting an eviction.
Wait, what? I walk into this. I ain't even getting no warning.
Caesars, I was the assistant manager at the time. I was a trainee manager, so all the new people that came in, they had to come through your boy.
Yeah.
So what I did was, I seen Bianca over there. I had a trainer. I was just like, man, it was a prep station. I was just like, come over here. I'm about to teach you how to put pepperonis on this pizza or whatever. So, I'm going over there teaching her how to, put the pepperonis on the pizza, talking to her, trying to get her comfortable because I know what I wanted at the time. You know what I'm saying? I already had my eye out.
We was on the prep station, and I remember we was putting pepperonis on pizzas or whatever, and he was like, hey, what's good? The Three River Festival coming up. Are you going? I'm like, yeah, I'm going with my best friend, woo-da-woo.
We was talking.
Uh-oh.
She was smiling.
Uh-oh.
So feeling your boy. And I was teaching her how to, make pieces. And then we went over to the landing station. I taught her how to cut pieces, boxing, and stuff like that. And then that's when I was just like, hey, you going to the festival this weekend? And then, I ended up seeing her at the festival. We ended up walking past each other. And
he was like, hey, what's good? And I looked at him for a quick second. I was like, who are you? And then I had to think to myself, I'm like, oh, that's, blah, blah, blah from Little Caesar or whatever.
She saw, Damien? That's you? I was like, yeah, nigga, I'm from Fresh, yeah. You ain't think I was gonna look like this, huh?
And then he was like, let me get your number. I'm like, all right, bet. So then he gave me his phone and I put my number in or whatever.
I don't know if I asked for her number or I don't know if she just threw me her number. But she gave me her number. I ain't gonna lie. After the festival was over, I hit her up. It went right to voicemail, as if like she gave me a fake number type stuff. I called it again. I'm like, this girl done gave me a fake phone number.
Bro, that be the tough though, especially when you know you ain't gonna see her again. She give you the fake one. You like, bro. Man, my mama told me about y'all female.
Told me back was like, hey, what's good? I was like, man, what's good? What you want? She said, nothing, chilling. She said, come slide to my friend's house.
And then we met up. We was in the car, talking on like the side of the street. We was just in the car talking, and I remember he had braces, and I was like, them braces so sexy. I'm like, you need to keep those.
Came up over there and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I had this little 2004, what I have? I had like a 2004 Pontiac Grand Prix. Touchscreen.
Them boys go crazy.
TV in there, the slaps in there, rims on there. So, I was like a little boss. You know what I'm saying? And then, shit, I guess that night went good because she texted me in the morning, said, hey, good morning, whatever. I said, good morning.
The next day or whatever, he came back, and like we seen each other like off and on for like a little bit. I was still in school, and then he had told me he had a girlfriend, so we wasn't really nothing serious or whatever, but yeah, I mean, he was just cute. When I first seen him, I was jealous.
Bianca, she was just playing though. Bianca was like playing games. So I was with this girl. Like after I came back from out of town, I ended up moving in with a girl, but she said, you can sleep on my couch. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. I was like, okay, cool. She was a rebound, but I really wasn't having fun because, like I told you, I was hurt. I was hurt because she wanted to be with me, but I wasn't ready to be in a relationship because I still couldn't believe this girl broke up with me after 5 years. So I ain't gonna be with nobody. But she kept trying to force it, and I was just like, I couldn't get over my ex. So it was like, how can I be with you even though
I can't get over her?
Your doors to me. I couldn't do that. Me and Bianca, I ended up working back at Little Caesars again. And Bianca was there, so I asked Bianca, does she want to go on a date? And
that's when that first video was
like, yeah. So, I took her to the movies. I still was living with a girl, but I wasn't with her. And then after that happened, I went to work at Little Caesars one day, and I got a text message from the girl I was living with. She was just like, your stuff outside. I was just like, huh?
Dang.
I was like,
dang.
I was like, what you mean my stuff outside? I pulled up to the crib, police already there. The police was outside the crib. And then I pulled up, she's like, hey, Mr. Prince, you Damon Prince, right? I was like, yeah, what's going on? Your ex-girlfriend, I mean, she's like, your girl, I'm gonna call her my ex-girlfriend, but we wasn't together. She was like, oh, your ex-girlfriend called. She said, you have no insurance, no license, expired plates, all this stuff. Which was true. So she tried to get me arrested.
Dang.
But the officer was like, I can't do nothing about it because you're on private property. So I was just devastated because I ended up, this girl I was with for 5 years left me. Then this girl ended up calling the cops on me. This is 3 weeks after I moved back to Fort Wayne. But the reason why she did all this, called the cops on me, the reason why it led up to that is because remember I told you I went to the movies with Bianca. I left the tickets in my back pocket.
Bro, come on, man.
But I had my pants folded up in the closet, so this girl was going through all my clothes. So I'm thinking, why is she going through my stuff like this?
Right.
You know? And so I ended up moving in with my friend for like a day. And then me and old girl started talking again, and then I moved back in with her. And 2 days later, after I moved back in with her, I came to the crib. She threw my stuff off a 3-story balcony. She threw my computer, PlayStation, all my clothes was out on the lawn of this apartment edition, of a 3-story apartment edition. And then called the cops on me. And then the cops came, they was about to arrest me for domestic violence because my stuff was thrown out on the lawn. She had the locks changed on me and all my stuff thrown out on the lawn. Broke my computer, all my clothes was on the lawn, and I just left it there, and I just left.
So when they had moved Damien to a different store, I wasn't really like fazed by it. I mean, I was, cause you know, I was excited to see him every day at work.
Little Caesars, they ended up transferring me stores because they found out me and Bianca went to the movies.
He wasn't really like my main priority. Like I was still in school, I had other dudes talking to me. So when he moved, it just didn't really, it didn't really bother me, to be honest.
Me and Bianca, we was like on and off. So it really wasn't, we were just texting here and I'd be like, hey, what's good, you trying to chill? Sometimes she don't even text me back for like 3 days. I'm like, okay, F her.
He was hurt. I know that.
Talking to Bianca from time to time. And I started talking to another girl, then another, and I was messing with like 23 girls at the time.
23? Bro, nah, do you know how hot that is, bro? I got like 4 girls in rotation. And it is tough. It's tough. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's
New Year's Day. Well, actually, it wasn't before New Year's Day. It was like Christmas break, cause she still was in school. So she was like a junior. I think Bianca was like a junior that year, and she told her mom and her dad. Well, she told her mom and her stepdad, well, her mom and dad, whatever. She told them that she was about to stay at her real dad's house for like 2 weeks, her whole winter break. But she lied to her parents to really stay with me. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, man, she kind of bad. I was just like, man, I might as well just go ahead and just swindle her, cuff her. And that's what I did. She stayed with me for 2 weeks. And she proved something to me, you know what I'm saying? Because we did a lot in that 2 weeks. She stayed at my house. We was getting it in, you know what I'm saying? We was doing our thing. And then I was just like, shit, Bianca the real deal. So I was just like, you know, F this girl, F that girl. I basically cut all the girls off.
This dude say 23 though, bro? That's tough, man. That's tough, man.
I want him no more because Bianca, I was like, she bad, light skin, thick, beautiful eyes. She was about to stay at her real dad's house for like 2 weeks, her whole winter break. But she lied to her parents to really stay with me. During
that 2 weeks is when I just kind of felt like he never really asked me out. It's just kind of like, you know how like when you just feel that you're in a relationship with somebody? It was kind of just like that. I was just like, man, I might as well just go ahead and just swindle her, cuff her. And that's what I did. She proved something to me. I was just like, shit, Bianca the real deal. Now my grandma, she lived about an hour away from Fort Wayne. Like when I initially got up, I felt really lightheaded and I didn't feel good. So I texted my mom like, hey mom, you know what I'm saying? I don't feel good, I'm getting lightheaded, my stomach hurts. She was like, are you pregnant? And I looked at myself and I'm just like, no, I don't think so. I don't think I'm pregnant. And she was like, Bianca, you better go get a test when you're down there. If not, you're taking a test when you come home. We rode our bikes to Dollar General. I got a pregnancy test and I came back home and I just stared at the test for the longest time. And I'm like, okay, I don't want to take it. I'm scared.
Yeah. Bro, that man, them pregnancy scares, that be scary, bro. You be like, nah, please. Woo, it's not mine. Yeah.
I was 17, I was in school, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't ready. And I remember my sister and my cousin, they stood outside of the door when I was in the bathroom taking the test. I took the first test and I waited. I didn't look at it, I just waited. And then I looked at the test and there was a plus sign.
Oh,
and
man.
instantly I just started crying. I don't know if I just started crying because I was nervous, if I was happy. I really didn't have emotions at the time. I just like, my emotions were like everywhere. And I yelled to my sister and my cousin, I was like, oh my God, I'm pregnant. What am I gonna do? I'm in school, mom's gonna kill me. You know, I was just scared.
I got a phone call from Bianca. It was probably like around I was on break, so it was like around like 11:30 a.m. I was on break. She was like, Damien. She didn't even call me. She didn't even text me. She called me. She was like, Damien. I said, what's wrong? She was at her grandma's house when she found out. She was like, I'm pregnant.
The first person I called was Damien. I called him and I was like, hey, you know what I'm saying, I'm pregnant. And he was like, oh my God, for real? I'm so excited, we're gonna get through this. You know what I'm saying? He was like, I'm happy, I wanted this, I wanted to be, you know, I wanted you to have my first child. And he was just going on about how happy he was.
But she was like crying, but I felt like I was ready for a kid. You know? But she was crying and stuff. I was like, it's gonna be all right. You don't even need to cry.
Right.
I said, I got you.
And then I text my mom. And when I text my mom, she didn't reply for the longest time. So I'm like, okay, why is she not replying? Is she mad at me? Like, what's going on? And she texted me the worst message that any parent could text you. She said, I'm disappointed.
She was
Wow.
just like, I'm scared to tell my mom and this and that. I'm like, tell her. I'm gonna be here for you. I'm gonna support you.
So when I got back home, my mom was like, you're gonna tell your dad you're pregnant. And I was like, no, Mom, I can't tell him. And so I told Damien, and Damien actually came over with me to tell my dad that, you know what I'm saying, we was having a baby, and I didn't know how to break the news to him. I sat at the table and I just stared at him. I was like, it's something I gotta tell you. And he was like, what? And Damien knew that I couldn't tell my dad, so Damien stepped in for me. And he was like, she's pregnant. I went into the doctors and I was having like these really bad cramps. I just couldn't take the cramps. That day, I went to work. I was working at a nursing home. I was working in dietary aid, which means I just take like, you know, the people their food or whatever. And this like stuff just came out of me. And I'm like, what is this? So I went to the bathroom, I used the bathroom, and my mucus plug came out. And I looked at it and I'm like, no, this can't be real.
Yo, I'm going to end it off right here, but I hope y'all enjoyed this. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Please don't forget to check the links in the description box below. Man, you guys have an amazing day, and I love you guys so much, man. Peace.